Gadusi Crowe. I live in the Birdtown community and I am a peer support. So this was probably maybe like 2 years ago now. There was just like a lot of weird things happening within like the span of like a month. But the two like biggest incidences, one time I was like talking on the phone with my sister and she's got a bunch of kids and there's a time difference. So we really only got to talk whenever it was like 1 o'clock in the morning here. Um, so I was like talking to her and I didn't want to wake anybody up in the house. So I went out the back door to sit on the back porch and talk to my sister. And I was like pacing while I was talking to her. And she had to hang up for some reason. At this point, I had like walked to the front yard. And my sister was like, okay, well, I gotta go. I'll call you right back or something like that. I was like, okay. So I was just like kind of chilling in the front yard, waiting for her to call me back. And I heard something big. Like there was something really big. Like it was like loud, like the way that it like stomped. And I like turned to look behind my house. And like it's like a steep hill behind my house. And I like turned really fast to look. And I don't even know what it was. I don't even know what I saw. It was huge. And it kind of looked like not white, but it kind of looked like gray. But it was too fast for me to even like make out like a shape. I just kind of seen like a color and like could hear how loud it was. And I could tell that it was like really big. Like it looked like really big. And it like ran past the house to like the backyard where I had come out. It's the middle of the night. Everybody was asleep and the front door was locked and it ran towards the backyard. So I was like not about to try to go back to the backyard. So I like ran to the front door and started banging on the door and was like screaming, trying to like wake somebody up to let me in the house. I was like about to cry. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do if it comes like to the front yard. Um, Eventually somebody let me in the house and I was like, I'm not going back out there tonight. I'm just gonna stay inside. Because obviously we live on the Appalachian Trail and there's just like just rules that like, if you see something, no you didn't. If you heard something, no you didn't. So I was like, I'm just gonna stay inside for the rest of the night. It's gonna be fine. And like, I'll hear stuff in the woods all the time, like stuff breaking, but never anything like that. And then probably like a week or two later, I had to go get something out of my car. Again, it's the middle of the night. But I've been outside at my house 1,000 times in the middle of the night and like not had anything mysterious happen. So I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go out to my car and grab something. So I went out there and I was getting something out of my car. I don't even remember what it was. And I had the door open and I was getting ready to like get out and go back inside. But it sounded like really distinctly like when you hear somebody like running downhill. Like I heard somebody like run down the hill behind my house. And there's like the road behind my house. And it sounded like they ran down the hill and their feet like hit the pavement. But once their feet hit the pavement, it just stopped. And so I'm like, I don't know, debating on like running because I don't think you're supposed to run either. Like I'm pretty sure that's the thing, like you don't run. So I was like, oh no, I don't know what to do. So I like started kind of like looking and I didn't hear anything. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I can get out. So I started to get out of my car and I heard like a man's voice from behind my neighbor's house go, hey. And I like turned and I get so mad at my husband because he'll like try to check out noises and stuff. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you know better. But in that moment, like, I swear, like, I thought it was my neighbor maybe like talking to me. So I like looked behind the house and I was like, hello? And then like was trying to see through like the car window. And then I realized like I just answered it and I started freaking out. So I got in the car and I locked the car and I like started calling my brother. I was like, please come outside. Please come get me. Like, I'm so scared right now. Like, there's something in the woods talking to me. Like, I need you to come outside. He was mad, but he got up and he walked me inside. But I didn't have anything else happen after that. But that was terrifying. I was so scared. I think back in 2017 or something like that, my son um, started talking to Papa. I don't know who that is, but he just started talking to Papa. I remember the first time it happened, we were sitting in the living room and me and my son were like just play fighting. And then all of a sudden he like stopped in the middle of us play fighting and like turned his back to me and like faced like the kitchen and he was like, you can't get us, I'm gonna fight you. And just like started swinging at the air. And I was like, hello, sir, who are you talking to? And he was like, I'm talking to Papa. I was like, who's Papa? And he was like, he's right there. He doesn't have any legs. And I was like, what do you mean he doesn't have any legs? And like for months, or maybe even like a year, he would just talk about Papa. Um, and I was just like, okay, like, I was like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. It did scare me. And then at one point, I was like, I'm going to smudge the house. So I ended up like smudging the house. And I just like asked Roman, I was like, hey, like, where's Papa? And he was like, he went home. I was like, oh, okay, cool, cool. But then the next day I was like doing the dishes and he just like Roman walked in the living room. He was like, Papa's back. I was like, oh, okay. So I just kind of like waited until, because I didn't want to like feed Roman's imagination or whatever, but I didn't want to like, I don't know. I just spoke to the general area where Roman would talk to. And I was like, hey, like, I don't know what you want, but as long as you don't bother me, I'm not going to bother you. Like, you can just chill and I'll just chill and we can just coexist. But that was scary too. My aunt, she would always tell me, like, because I would be like, Roman's like talking to something in the house. And she was like, just smudge your house. And she's like, I just tell him, God bless you, go away. And I was like, okay. Um, I don't know. I've always just thought, like, you don't run from things. Like, if you hear something following you, like, you don't run because it'll chase you. Like, if you see something and you hear something, you don't, like, try to follow it because you're inviting it to follow you back. Um, So just stuff like that. If I see something, I'm like, nope, I'm just gonna ignore that. It's like at the old elementary school, like the Cherokee Elementary School. I don't know if you ever went there, but it's very scary in there. I was always terrified. Like even like during school hours, like if you went to the bathroom in the middle of class, like I can remember I was so little, but like I grew up in church, so I would just like sing church hymnals while I was doing using the bathroom. Like I would sing church hymnals really loud because it was just so scary in there. So I think like I don't know, distracting yourself. I don't know if it's just like school and everybody's like, oh, the school's haunted, but I've heard every single school has been haunted. Like the elementary school. Well, that was also like where the boarding schools were. Um, the high school, that was really scary to go in there. And then the school now, I I had known this woman who said that she started like doing security work there whenever they first were like building it, and she said that there was a little boy in the kitchen that would like play peekaboo with her. So I've just heard that all of the schools are haunted. Um, the village and the drama also have heard that those are haunted. I went to the village one time and like thought me and my friends were gonna walk around inside the village at night and then heard something and very quickly decided that we were not gonna stay. Um, Smokemont, very haunted. My cousin actually has like a picture of when her and her kids, she took her kids in the middle of the day and they were just kind of like, doing a little random trip. And she took a picture when they got there and everything looks normal. But then when they're leaving, she took a picture again and there's like this black figure that's like standing by the door. And I was like, oh my God. But yeah, every time I go to Smoke Mall, I'm like, I get so scared because I'm just like, there's something here. Like, you can feel it. I don't know, old number 4 road, like on the side closest to Jenkins, that feels really icky to like walk on that road at night. It just feels really creepy. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So my aunt actually, like I'm from Yellow Hill, my whole family's from Yellow Hill. We've always lived on Yellow Hill. And my aunt had told me one time that she was walking down Yellow Hill at night, and there's like that stretch right there that's in between like the church and then like the houses that are right next to the road. And she said that something chased her like all down that part of the road. And every time I'm coming down Yellow Hill at night, I have to like be talking to somebody or listening to music, or I'll turn the lights on. I do the same thing in Big Cove because of that curb where they say like an old woman will be in your back seat. I also do the same thing. I either got to be talking to somebody, or I'll have the lights on, or I'll be playing music, or all three, because I get scared and I'm like, please don't jump in my car.